Okay, welcome. This is the Pod Management and VOLTHA FCAPS Brigade call for July 27th of 2020. This meeting is being recorded. It is a public meeting, and we will make the recording available on the YouTube channel. Let me get the participant list up. Okay, so on the agenda is that brigade meetings are winding down. We'd set our tentative final meeting at the end of July, which would technically be today, but I can extend and do another one. I think it would probably have to be the last one, but I could do one more next Monday if people would like. What are the thoughts on that? Particularly the Infosys members, since I know you guys have a lot of patches in flight. Do you want one more call after this, or is this one sufficient for you guys, or where are we at?
I think one more would be useful for this dish because I think some of the patches are still stuck, right?
Okay, yeah, let's yeah, I'm good with that. Let's do one more. I'm just gonna update this. Final meeting, August 3rd. Do I have that right? Yeah, August 3rd. Okay, yeah. So one more meeting. I think that is a good idea. So we'll do that. And as I've said before, work will continue after the brigade meetings have ceased. It's just it won't be in the brigade structure at that point. So anyway, let's get started with status reports. Let's start with Dev Malya. Would you like to give your status, Dev Malya?
Yeah, sure. So from my side, the VOLTHA proto changes for VOL 3248 got merged last week, and now I'm looking for reviews in the VOLTHA Go changes. I've done the rebasing on and all the other things that is required, so it's ready to be looked into. And if this gets merged, then we can close VOL 3248.
Okay, great. Yeah, that was 3248. That's this one here. Yeah, I will make sure we get some reviews in on that. So this was the set ext value. Did we already do a volt cuddle patch for this?
No, that needs to be implemented.
Okay, so is that
we need to create one.
Say again?
We don't have a user story for that. We need to create one.
Okay, yeah. If you want to create one to do that, that'd probably be a good idea. Yeah, and we'll get reviews in on this. Doesn't look like there's too much. Doesn't look like this should take too long to get this reviewed.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, thanks a lot on that.
Thank you.
And then once the Volt Cuddle story is created and that is that patch ends up done, that will pretty much close out the feature and we'll have it working. Is that right?
No, we need to implement it in OpenVolt adapter also.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
So those two stories needs to be created.
Yeah, if you can create stories for both of those, yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks a lot, Dev Malya. Next up was there anything more you wanted to discuss?
No, nothing else.
Okay, next up would be Divya. Would you like to give your status, Divya?
Yeah, hi Scott. I'm working on 3346. This is related to pushing the OpenILT agent logs to AFK. So I'm currently working on that.
Okay, great. And you're coordinating with people in the Battle Brigade who are working on the agent, I assume.
Last time I coordinated with Girish Kauda. So he gave some inputs, and after that, right now I am writing a parser plugin. Means I'm using a TD agent and writing a input parser plugin and output parser plugin. Basically, these OpenVolt agent logs are C++ logs, and these are unstructured logs. So I'm basically right now trying out the formatting things so it it should come in the right format in the Kibana, like we have, right, with other components, like it is giving a label, timestamp, what is the message, what is the caller, all those things.
Okay,
So,
great.
yeah, currently working on that.
Yeah, and then you talked about doing a demo sometime in the future. Was that going to be next week?
Yeah, I mean, but I'm not sure whether I'll able to show these OpenVLT changes in that time. But other things I can demo it. Means whatever
Yeah.
I have done, you know.
Well, I'll leave that to you to decide when is best. I don't know that we're in a rush that we have to do it. So if you want to wait a little bit longer and have even more to demonstrate, I think that would be fine. I'll leave that. I'll leave that to you guys to talk over and decide. I think I think any decision on that's probably reasonable.
Okay.
And then Andrea at ONF, he seems to be coordinating the VOLTHA call. So get in touch with him about scheduling would probably be a good idea.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll get in touch with him, and I'll discuss with Girish also on the
Okay, great.
regarding this thing, and I'll come to some conclusion, and I'll let you know.
Okay,
over the
sounds
Slack.
great. Yeah, that sounds great. Looking forward to seeing that demo when it comes out. That'll be a good one to see.
Yeah, sure.
Next up, let's have Rohan. Would you like to give your status?
Yeah, hi Scott. So last week I was working on VOL 3317. So I did the changes for that last week and it got merged today as well. I got reviews from Active and Andre on that, so that got merged. And then I have 2570. There are 2 patches left for it for getting merged. I think I have +2 on both the patches. So I think that can go in today.
Yeah. I think I think as soon as that hardware test passes on the one, we'll be ready to merge that one, and then the other patch I think can go in as well. So yeah, we'll get those. If all goes as planned, we'll get those in today.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, so this one should also go in. And I have assigned one more ticket on my name, that is 3076. So this is related to externally providing a device ID. So there's one documentation attached to this. I was going through this last week, and there are a couple of proposals made into this. If you can open this.
Yeah.
So like there are 2 proposals mainly present in this. So one is like either we given while creating a device, we provide a ID ourselves and create a hash out of it, and that will be treated as a device ID. So that is one proposal, and there's another proposal which says that we can have an additional field in that device structure, and we can have it as an operational ID. So in that case, both the device ID and operator ID will be independent of each other.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just taking this in. And this was Andrea who created this story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't aware of this one, so this one's a little bit new to me. Yeah, so I guess in the first proposal, the operator provided device ID replaces the automatic one. Is that right?
Yeah.
Whereas in the second one, it's in addition to.
Yes.
Yeah, I would think getting the opinion from the community is probably necessary to decide which one of these options to go with. Yeah,
Okay.
my initial thought was, the one that's in addition to, but maybe that's just redundant. Yeah, I wish we. I think getting the whole community would be a good idea on that. You could bring it up during one of the VOLTHA calls, or just post in the VOLTHA Slack channel to get some attention to this document, and let people know that we need a decision between these 2 options.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll ping Andrea also. I'll ask for his opinion, and if possible, then tomorrow's call we can discuss.
Yeah, I think this is a relatively high level point. So definitely getting some consensus on it would be good.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
sure. Then I'll bring this up to Andrea.
Okay, sounds great.
Yeah.
Anything else to discuss, Rohan?
No, that's it from my side. Yeah.
Okay, Girish.
Yeah. Yeah, Scott, on 3142, I guess you would have seen, right? I think the Volta hem charts and kind Volta, those two patches are still to go. But I guess they would go after 2.4 release, right?
So the request, the request went out in the Volta channel that we not do any more merges that require overriding Jenkins until 2.4 is out. Is that why you're delaying?
Yeah, I think, yeah. So, by any chance, like 2.4, when it would release, when we can expect this to go in?
No, I was I was on PTO near the tail end of last week, so I'm a little bit out of sync with the guys. But I can ask what the current status is when they plan to release. Andrea would be one who would be able to probably give an immediate answer to that as well. But yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice to get that unblocked and get these in. But yeah, I can understand if they don't want instability right now. So my understanding was the release was coming along really well. So I would hope it will be out soon. But I'll check in with people.
Yeah, sure. I will also probably follow the Volta channel. I didn't look at it today. So.
Yeah. And then like I say, Andrea is one who always seems to be in the know on these things lately. So he's always a good one to ask if you need a more timely answer than waiting for me to ask about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Although you're aware he's in Europe, so his time zone is a little bit skewed. Best to get a hold of him probably in the mornings, our time.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. But he seems to be widely available on Slack. He's
Yeah. Right.
he must be watching Slack well into his evenings.
Yes. Maybe. Right.
Okay, yeah, it'll be nice to see 3142 completed, but yeah, thanks for the work on that. It's good to see that one coming along.
Yeah. Other than that, I have actually two other GRs. One is 3197. There is a work in progress patch I had created. So that was created some time back, around almost 15-20 days back. So this is something I'm testing it again after rebasing, right, onto master. If I find it okay, I would be, I think, changing the work in progress and I'll push it for review.
Okay, great. And this was getting the span IDs across the Kafka inter-adapter bus?
Yes.
Okay, great.
So I'll also be adding a few additional changes because to create a span ID, I need some span to be created. So I am going to add some additional changes to create span ID explicitly in the flow of the API. So like for each of the API calls, right? I will add methods for creating the span.
Okay,
So
that sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think and there's another one 3236. Yeah, but it is about you will not see it in the Jared, but it is in Jira 3236.
3236.
Yeah, it is a bug which has happened only probably once in scale test, where a request was sent from RW core to open OLT adapter, but it was a ONU device. So it doesn't make much sense. I went through the code, I looked at all the other scale tests. unfortunately, this particular scale test was discontinued. It was replaced with a different scale test after a time when that 2.4 branch was taken out. So there was no logs which you can find out for this.
Uh-huh.
So Matthew also looked up for the logs, but he didn't find any further logs for this. And but any other scale test, I have not seen this problem happen. I looked at all the other scale tests for the master and 2.4 branch.
Uh-huh. So you're having trouble reproducing it then?
No, I'm not able to reproduce it. I tried it in local setup. I looked at other scale test logs and also looked at the code flow. I don't see any critical section, right, where such a possibility can happen that you're sending.
Yeah.
But they may be. I think you never know, right? I think where this is hidden up. But yeah, I'm not able to reproduce it. In fact, it is not getting reproduced in any other scale test. Probably happened just.
Yeah, so is there any chance of introducing some additional tests that might cause it to present better? Maybe a scale test with even more adapters involved in it?
Possibly, but can be there, but I don't know. With this scale test, I think they were using five adapters. I need to check it out. They were using multiple ONU adapters. That was the case. But even then, I'm not sure how this happened. That it went on to OLT adapter.
Yeah, well, it's going to be hard to catch if it's that rare. Yeah, maybe keeping an eye on it is the right thing to do.
So that's what I just commented out, that I looked at all the existing scale test logs, didn't find this in any of those. I just keep a watch on it. Every week I will look at the scale test if any such problem has happened.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I mean, you can ask Mateo if he thinks you should close this out as a cannot reproduce.
Yes, I'll probably keep it open for a couple of weeks. If
okay,
not
good.
Found any, then I will pull it up.
That sounds good. Yeah, and I think you're right to be quick trying to catch it and grab the logs and stuff, so the logs don't end up lost when it does happen again, if it happens again.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, well, thanks for looking into that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything else, Girish?
No, that is all.
Then let's see. How about Chip? I saw you had posted some stuff on Slack, Chip, with the OpenONU adapter logs.
Yeah, I was able to. This is within my adapter. I was able to modify the struct log format to do the JSON encoding, and then I went into the VOLTHA version and was able to work out and get the all the other log, the reason code and the extra payload converted to JSON, and added a, let me see if I can find the JIRA number. It's 3339, and provided an example of what's being put out right now. And there were some conversations on Slack discussion chain related to it.
Okay,
so,
and you say this is only in the context of this is the Tibet adapter?
Yeah, yes, but for the for the OpenONU, for the Broadcom OpenONU Python adapter, it uses the same format string that can be changed. And then if this was changed in VOLTHA, it would pick up these changes as well.
Okay.
So there's a few small differences, that depending on how the messages are parsed to be placed over into Elasticsearch, like the level name is uppercase, and we don't have quite the exact same package or format that the OpenOLT has, but it's a whole lot closer.
Good.
And I actually probably later on, middle of next month or later, I might actually write a formatter that can look at the file path and provide a more package look to it so it also behaves a little bit closer, but that's of course future.
Yeah, that would be nice to have it even more consistent.
Yeah, and right now I'm in the middle of some really hairy HA testing on container restarts for our adapter. So I haven't tested. It should build into the OpenOLT without too much trouble. I mean, I'm sorry, the OpenOU, but I don't want to change my configuration because the Pi Volta has gotten pretty stale with bit rot because a lot of people contributing to API changes have totally ignored it.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if you built the OpenOU adapter right now, if it would come up. So I don't want to get into a big, start debugging it and mess my setup up and do all the HA work.
Yeah. Someone on the call had been doing recent OpenONU adapter work. I remember approving some Pi Volta patches. Who was working on that?
Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but I know there were some issues. I think maybe someone from Netsia might have been, but I don't think the OpenONU has any owner anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it'd be nice to make sure that it builds, but we'll find that out soon enough, I suppose.
Scott and Chip, yes, in Netsia, we're doing some changes in Pi Volta, ONU adapter, OpenONU adapter, etc. But as far as I know, there's no owner in the community for the OpenONU adapter. But we are using it, so it can be built and it works for recommend AT&T use cases.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll hopefully I think some of my work that I don't really want to disrupt right now might be I might be in a safe place by about Wednesday where I can, spend some brain cycles and get this tested out. Just go back to the master tip and see if I can get the Broadcom adapter working and get these changes. And if I can do that, I can submit the merge, submit a patch set to Garrett that other people can take a test and look out. That way we don't lose too much work here.
Okay.
Okay, great, Chip. It'd be great to have that in master.
Yeah, and this, I guess, I went ahead and asked Holger and Andrea and all, and it looks like the OpenONU adapter is definitely going to be very late fall. So, I mean, they're doing some pretty good progress, but for what they've got slated for 2.5, I don't think it'll be like in a releasable state outside of beta testing.
Yeah, that's what I heard when I asked Andrea last week as well, that we should not be counting on the OpenONU Go adapter to be done for the next release. Even though they're making a lot of progress, there's still a lot to do.
Yeah, but I think these changes are very doable, and I actually was able, just from sitting in a debugger, I was able to generate some exceptions, and the exceptions do get encoded. Some of the embedded quotes for file paths and carriage returns, they get encoded properly. So I don't think I messed the log up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that would be great to get this in. So yeah, thanks for doing this, Chip. That'll be really helpful once it comes in.
Okay, and hopefully I'll have a patch set submitted before the meeting next Monday.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, just to add to that, Scott, I was actually following that conversation, right? So, Chip, I think there are some differences as compared to what the Go adapters are pushing in as the log format, right? So I guess some aspect of that can be handled through Fluentd itself, right? We can do some kind of transformation in the Fluentd using filter plugins. So I think, for example, you were saying, right, the log level, you're probably sending at the warning instead of warn, right? That can be handled at the Fluentd level. In fact, we are trying to do that for the OpenOLT agent logs also, because there also it's coming in a different format. So we're doing some amount of transformation and planning to add additional speed so that the logs coming from all the adapters look harmonized. in the
Okay.
launch.
Okay, yeah, oh, then that'll work pretty good because right now I probably won't, I've got a few local changes, but they're not complete to actually be able to do log levels packaging within it. But right now it just uses the global root level for access and control. So I think it should be easy to add in.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that sounds great. Anything else?
That's everything here.
Anything else from anyone else, or shall we adjourn for today and talk again next Monday? Okay, well, sounds good. Again, thank you everyone for all the great work you're doing. It's nice seeing all this stuff coming together, and I'll be available on Slack throughout the week, and I'll try to help with getting some reviews facilitated. And we'll talk to you all on Monday again.
Bye.
All right, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, bye everyone.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks,
Bye.
Scott.